Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's Echo Stretch here. In this video we're going to check out the Wolf Games host. We got an update there that allows us to choose from all the options or all the firmwares that we have available. We'll jump over here to settings. You can see that I do not have debug settings there. We'll hit up network. We'll enable our network. We'll open up a web browser. I did load it once there, and it everything went through, but then when I went into settings, it crashed. So hopefully we can get it to go now, and with no issues. We will be checking out the Toolbox again, Orbis's Toolbox. I missed an option last time. I showed you guys a little video of that there, so I want to get in there and just show you the benefits of using it. So we'll jump into our bookmarks here and we'll go to the Wolf. It's just this host with all. As you can see, there's the 5.05 payload, the 6.72 payload, 7.02, as well as the 7.5x. Now there's the old browser and then there's the new browser. We're going to be going with the new one. It gives a few options, but the options that we will be using are the options that I enjoy using. This here is the best for me, and I'll show you once we get in there. Okay, so it's installing the cache. As you can see, it does do it pretty quick, which is a good feature on there because there's only a couple of options in there, and that's why I like this one the best. As long as I can get in there without it crashing too much. So it says here, turn off the internet and reopen the page to run the exploit. So we'll go ahead and we'll go turn off the network. And we'll relaunch the web browser. Now I did get a controller drift error, which is weird. I didn't think I would get it because it is kind of like Dark Matter's little thing there, the way it loads. But I did get the error, so I'm going to turn off the controller each time, just so I can avoid getting that there, and we can move this video along much quicker. Okay. I think the last time I did it, I got it on the second try, so it's pretty good in that there sense. Okay, looks like we're getting it the third time, which is good. Okay, and once we get in here, I'll turn on the controller. Okay, so I'll go ahead and turn on the controller now, and we're just going to go to jailbreak new. Go ahead and click that. It shouldn't take too long, but it can take up to 20 seconds, so we'll just give it a few seconds here, and we should be good to go. Okay, looks like we did get in. We're going to launch GoldHen 1.1. And as you can see in here, it does have your 1.0 as well as your 2.13b. And then it has the toolbox, and the trainer, which is the web RTE. And then you can launch the browser or the website to put in your codes. So we're going to go ahead and launch the toolbox here, because there's what we'll be using today. So we'll go ahead and click on that. But as for the tools, everything here is what I usually use. It'd be nice if you added the GTA mod menu. I think that'd be a great feature. Just the one, the Lumax, or is it Lumax, or I forget the name, but the good one, anyways. But that'd be perfect. Okay, so now that is done, we're gonna hit the PlayStation button, and we'll go over to settings. And as you can see in here, we do have the toolbox up here, and we have all our options. We'll scroll down. Still got our debug options, which is good. Okay, so let's jump out, and we'll see up here in the left-hand corner, it says your system firmware, your release check mode. Not too sure exactly what that is. Your hard drive size and how much space you have. How much space you're using. TRC check notification. I'm not even sure what that is. MP debug off. Operation mode base. IP address. I'm disconnected from the internet right now, so MAC address, the host name, there's nothing there. Serial number, and the model number. Okay, so let's go into the options here. I'm going to enable the internet here just so we can see what actually comes up out here. Give it a few seconds to get the IP address all set up. Okay, so we got our IP address there. Okay, it doesn't look like it changed any. Let's go into our settings here. We'll go to our Orbis tools. Power options, I'll go through these really quick. You basically have your three options there. Nothing really big. Your package installer, same as always. You just put the packages you want on your root, and you can install from there. The root of your USB. Daemon Manager. This is something that I'm not too familiar with, but it looks like daemon or background applications that can be run over the system. Here you can see the status of them and manage them. System settings. Enable and disable codecs. That's your MPG 2, VC, and so on. External hard drive, you can just unmount it and format it. Not really much in there. And then you have your show MP debug pop-ups. Debugging, yeah, pops up. I'm not really sure what that is. I would imagine if there's a debugging in a game, maybe it will pop up. And then we have, well, we can skip to this here one. Open internal debug settings. Use at own risk. So we're not going to get into that there because that there is something that we shouldn't touch. And even if I click on it, nothing happens. So. Okay, so we'll go into Orbis Toolbox settings here. So it does remember the options that I had choose from last time. So the question is here. Okay, we don't need to load. It doesn't really matter, but what I want to see, Debug Overlay. Let's turn it off, and then we'll turn it back on. Let's see if we can get the IP address. No. Okay, so let's go into settings. Let's turn it off. Okay, I thought that was the debug up there, but I guess it's not. Is it, maybe it's the DevKit panel? Let's try on checking that and see what happens. Okay, so that's what it is. It's the DevKit panel. Okay. So if we enable it now, let's see if we get the IP address in there. And no, it does not load the IP address once. So none of that there can be changed. So let's go in here. Maybe if you go into safe mode and come back, it may update. So I don't know what the debug overlay is. These are two settings. Save your settings and you can load them, right? Okay, so let's put on this here. I'll show you the Orbis Toolbox shortcut and app home. So we got that checked, and then we're going to game overlay. This is what I didn't get to show you guys the last time, and I do apologize for that there. So you can set the overlay location. So we have the other one on the left side. So let's change this here to the right side. CPU usage, we'll use that there. Thread count, RAM usage, video usage. We'll just check everything. Okay. So now that there's done, we're going to save our settings just so it's saved. As you can see, it's saved no problem. And we'll back out here. Okay, so it doesn't show up there. I thought it would show up there. As you can see, each game has a title ID now. So here's your app home. And then this is your data, this is your host. And this here is just a shortcut to your Orbis toolkit. So the debug overlay, let's uncheck that and see if it comes up on the right side now. Okay, nothing comes up. It may just be maybe it's just for games because we don't have a game launch, right? We do have everything checked here. Let's go ahead and launch the game and see what happens. Let's go and launch Mortal Kombat. Okay, and there we go there. Everything is loading up the top there. We can see our CPU usage, our CPU average, thread counts, RAM, and our CPU temperature as well as our SOC temperature. Okay, we'll just load in here. We'll just see what we're using. So it doesn't seem like we're using that much. We're only using, well, 27%, which almost, you might as well just say a quarter of the RAM. Let's get into a fight here. No.
Conquer.
Yeah, we're gonna do a fight. I'm gonna put it on the easiest. You wish to continue? Yes. Put on the easiest difficulty. I don't want to fight. I just want to jump around and see how well it is. I don't have a second controller, so I'll have to put it on the computer. CPU. And a CPU player can be whoever they want to be. There we go. Yeah, that's fantastic. And that's good. Okay, we'll just put it on very easy. Yeah, very easy. So we'll have a little look here. Oh, I gotta pick a place. Any place is fine. So it looks like we're using up to 30% of the RAM now. CPU is around 30, so it's the same. $34.
The Shirai Ryu are here to help?
The clan benefits from Earthrealm safety.
That will take some getting used to.
So it doesn't even use 50% of it. Just jump around here. It's not in a good place there. But 34% it looks like we're using. It doesn't even with a punch, it stays at that there at 30%. Let's try a different game and just see what happens here. Let's close that one out. GTA always takes forever to load. Let's try GTA and see how well it works. So right off the bat, it's using 33% of the RAM, only 13% of the CPU. Okay, here we go. It's gonna start loading now. Look at that, 50%. It went up to a minute ago there. Says it's only using 1% of the RAM, which is odd. You think it uses a lot more than that? Let's just wait and see when it starts loading to see what it. For a game that takes so long to load, you would think that it would at least use the maximum or close to the max, at least half, anyways. Let's go ahead and we'll hit X there. Yeah, like that's loading, so you would think it would use half. But it's only using 2%, which makes no sense. What if I hit the PlayStation button? Everything loads pretty quick out and in. Yeah, so it doesn't use any resources while loading. Mortal Kombat uses a lot more. It's up there around the 30 marker, as well as the CPU's 30. So I see that Now we're getting up to the 30 marker there. Now we're getting closer to the end, but you would think it would use a lot more RAM to load that. Okay, we'll just check it out once we get loaded in here just to see what it uses. I'm going to try to end this video pretty quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this here. I just want to jump in and show you guys the other cool option here you can check out with your CPU and your RAM, as well as your temperature. Your temperature is not really that much. I mean, if your PlayStation is overheating or whatnot, if you find that it is not so cold or not so cool anymore, then it's good in that there sense. You can see my PlayStation is pretty clean. I think about 2 months ago I might have put some new Arctic Silver on it, or thermal paste, or whatever kind I use there. So it's running pretty good. As for the game here, our CPU's gone up to 60%, 65%, and our RAM is at 23%. So it looks like it uses a lot of the CPU. We can jump in a car here pretty quick here and just go for a little ride. And we'll just see what it uses, because it's gonna load a lot of stuff as you drive, right? So it should use a lot. Yeah, their CPU's up to 80% there. Trying to look at the stats there and drive at the same time, so I'm not doing a very good job. But this is something you guys can play around with, and let me know in the comments down below if you guys tried it out, and which games are using a lot of the resources that, and which games don't use any resources. I would say Minecraft probably doesn't use very much, but you guys can check that out. If you liked the video, please like it. If you can, hit the subscribe button. I'm always trying to upload videos for you guys to see. And that's about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.